Oh, he's cracking beers already. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's been a hot minute, about 3 or 4 days off, 5 days off, something like that. The heavy hitters are back. Steve Loper, aka LoperCon here in North Carolina. Josh Johnson, my boy, at Selling Minnesota, up in Minnesota. What's up, kid?
Hey, can I just say, Stream and Steve, me and 40 back at work, but we still smell like a vacation. Hate the rumors, hate the bullshit, hate these fucking allegations. You know that Drizzy Drake, don't
I
ya?
don't know. I have no idea what you're
You,
talking about. You always
you
come on
know.
with this stuff.
Holy shit. I think I just blacked out for a
You
second.
did. You did. I have no idea what that was.
Because you know about that Drizzy Drake and Pusha T,
No,
that little, no, you don't know that. Well,
no.
hey, anyways,
I
that was a big deal last week.
I feel like I should know some of that stuff that you start spitting out at me every once in a while. I feel bad that I don't. I'm like, no, I don't know, dude. I don't have no idea.
Sometimes I like it. I like when people look at me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all good. But hey, can I just say it is good to be back, Big Daddy. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I had some stress balls building up over the past few weeks. Those are kind of lightened up.
Things you need to take a lacrosse ball and like work out in your back?
Yep, yep. Little freedom is in the future. Not freedom, but clean slate. Swipe my hands of all the drama stuff and just get to move on. So I'm excited about that.
Well, the future is open with possibilities and creativity, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. And doors are opening left and right, man. It seems like all the right things are happening. It's creating
Ooh.
content that we're doing is doing
Ooh.
a lot of that.
Okay.
So
Doors are opening, kind of like shots in that net for the Stanley Cup.
yeah,
There's little holes in the 5 hole.
yeah, yeah.
It's opening up, dude.
Picking opportunities and going after it, not just talking about shit, actually doing it, and finding something that I'm interested in or somebody says something that I'm intrigued by, and I just go straight to the punch and just ask, want to know more, dig in a little bit.
For sure, dude. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, so many times I think people talk about, um, you know, what life brings to you, or what happens to you, or like if you get lemons, make lemonade. But life is all about creating. It's whatever you create. So life gives you lemons. Fucking make orange juice, dude.
OJ. OJ.
OJ.
Can I
So
have
what are we talking about tonight, broski?
Yeah, I was about to hit you up, man. I just got back from Vegas, so we got the Vegas trip on the agenda. Today, I ran into a funny situation with an account on Instagram, somebody that I looked up to that I met in this sort of a big arena that has a big audience and a lot of followers. And I sort of found something weird about his account, so I just wanted to talk to you about that. And then also our Instagram challenge, sort of explain that to the listeners, find out what the challenge was, where you're at today, where I'm at today. What have you done to get anywhere? Do you have any plans? How are you working it? Because I'm kind of having fun with it on my end. So
Cool.
I'm excited to talk about it. And then
Sounds good.
also, I just came across this. I pulled up Instagram right before I called. And Gary Vee's got this kind of long post I wanted to read about and figured it would give us a few minutes of content that's, possibly could add some value at the end of
I
it.
like it. Bring it.
So it says, we're living in a world in 2018 that is so much better than your parents and grandparents and great grandparents' generation because people like you and me can create content and share content at any given moment, at any given moment. Because of that, and because of these opportunities, because we are networked in a way we've never seen before, because sending a DM to 100 people and one will answer and give you the shot that matters, because of that opportunity, because of 2018, I beg you to take a shot. Our at bat is in front of us. Take a swing. That was posted by Gary Vee. And I just like that, man. I like the whole creating the content, saying screw it, go for it. If this is what you have fun doing, if that's what you're enjoying, go. And that's kind of what I feel like we're doing. And I feel like it's opening doors, it's opening conversations. We're meeting new people. I'm just having a lot of fun, man, right now.
I'm too, man. I'm loving it. That's some heavy shit, dude. That's some heavy hitter shit right there. Heavy. And
Yeah.
and it's just like one of his first speeches that he gave, I think it was at South by Southwest, where he's like, I need you to quit fucking watching Lost. And there's no reason in 2000 whatever year he says, 2008 or 2018, to be doing shit you hate. And I mean, it's just so true, dude. Like, I mean, I'm a realist. I get that you've got your bullshit job, doing whatever, and you've got bills to pay. But there's no reason that you shouldn't spend a little bit of time like following your passion and, working on your side hustle. And I mean, if you love it, it's not work, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not work.
And that passion is going to bring dollars.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to, I don't want to make it seem like it's all like roses either. Like sometimes, dude, especially after talking to Bonix, dude, like I struggle with figuring out like what is my purpose in life and what am I passionate about. I don't know.
I think everybody struggles with that. And that's one of those conversation pieces. Like, if you could be doing anything in the world right now, what would you be doing? If you could do that one thing. And I can never give you a straight answer because it might be different last year than it was today, or it could be different in 6 months from now. Like, I'm not that one person that has always loved horses. And like, that's what I should be doing with my, I don't have that. I'm kind of wishy-washy. It feels like I know what I like. I know what I enjoy, but I'm like gung-ho, 100% all in. Like, that's my focus and I'm going to do it no matter what. Nah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Still on a hunt, but at least I'm hunting. I'm putting my toe in the water. I'm taking swings at opportunities that I think I'm interested in. I am definitely not scared at that. And what's one of those sayings that he says about, felling 100 times or, just.
Yeah. I don't know if it was him or where I got it from, but something about like, fail early, fail often, like fail as quick as possible. Cause that's how you're going to get to the place that you want to be. Like,
and nobody remembers the failures, right?
No, they don't.
Whenever you hit it out of the ballpark one of these days, that's what they're going to remember.
That's right. They don't remember the times you struck out or.
Yeah.
I remember when I played Little League, if we struck out looking at the ball, we had to wear a pink glove. I don't actually think I ever had to wear the fucking pink glove, dude. I don't think I ever. I don't know, but I don't think I really struck out a lot. And I definitely didn't strike out like looking at the ball. Like, and that's the thing. Heavy Hitter Podcast, this is like the fucking gospel right here. Like, don't strike out looking. Like, go down swinging, bro.
I think that is sort of the niche of the podcast. I feel like almost it's about doing it. It's about chasing it. It's about putting action to your dreams and your words. I think that's what we're both excited about, kind
of. Maybe that's it, dude. We've been trying to find this direction for a while.
Because I do think that's something that we are both interested in is just putting your money where your mouth is and backing your ideas and your thoughts up with action. Is that a niche? I don't know. It's kind of vague, but at least maybe it's a theme that we can repeat throughout, episodes in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I think you're right in a sense, but like, I don't want to be a hustler. And, I remember when I first started my real estate career, I was like, I want to be the biggest and the baddest. And, it's like an ego thing, right? And it's like, I want to sell the most. Where I want to get people the most for the money and like be a legend in that city because I sold the most expensive house, which ultimately affects that person. But so it could be done, but I'm not doing the work that it takes to make it happen. So in a sense, I'm calling the direction of the podcast and just getting clarity, man. Like figuring out like we're only here for a short time, right? It's just like you said, like figuring out what life's about, what you're passionate about, what you're committed to, taking action on it. It's a work in progress, dude.
Yeah. I got to do the announcing for the swim meet this morning. That's something that, last year at the pool, I was sitting around the pool with all my buddies and we were drinking those Friday nights and Saturday nights at the pool, and everybody complaining. The people are sitting there complaining about, the hours at the pool. They're complaining about the lifeguards not focusing on the swimmers. They're complaining about the pool deck being dirty. They're complaining about
There are dicks on the pool that are dirty.
No, the pool deck.
Oh, the pool.
Deck. Yeah.
the pool deck.
The pool deck being dirty. They're complaining about like the food options in the concession stand. It's like everybody's complaining, but no, like what's complaining doing for you? It ain't gonna do shit. Like you complain. If you ain't even gonna run it up the ladder, what good are you doing? So I got sick of hearing everybody complaining, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be on the motherfucking board. Excuse my language. Ooh, that was a bad word. I'm gonna get on the board and I'm gonna make the change. I'm like, all right, y'all sit around and bitch about it. You know, see how far that gets you, and then watch what I can do just by volunteering my time and my effort next season. So now,
because people would rather bitch than come up with solutions and actually put in the work to make that happen.
Yeah, they want it to be.
So it's much easier just to bitch about it. Everyone's a bitcher.
The world needs doers because that's how shit gets done. And you know, and on Instagram it says Lopercon, it says doer and gives the definition. That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Setting the tone there.
I like that. So you're gonna be like the president of the board of the Cary Park Dragons?
I don't know. Today I was doing the announcing at the swim team, man, but I do have fun because you get to, I always talk about impacting people's lives and stuff like that and being a role model. And, coaching is one thing, but even just doing the announcing, there's 232 swimmers on my swim team. And I'm the guy with the mic, I'm out there telling them that they've done a great job today setting up for their team picture. I'm talking to them about how today is not just a regular practice. Today's time trials. It's a race. Getting them pumped up about that. I'm talking to the parents over the mic. I'm making all the announcements. So I'm a community member. Like I'm not like every single one of those other parents that are sitting on the deck just cheering for little Joey. I have little Joey and two other kids on the swim team, and I'm also sitting up there announcing, and I'm also on the board of the swim team. I've more than put my toe in the water there, and it's all to make change,
You're doing like cannonballs off the diving board.
Yeah. Ain't messing around. Triple indies and shit.
Dude, and you're not getting paid for that, right?
Not a penny. No.
Dude. That's awesome, man.
Trying to make a difference wherever I can, whenever I can.
Dude, your wife must look at you when you're announcing and just be like, "Oh, look at that hammer sandwich."
I think she does.
I think she does too. I know podcast Artie. She got her hair did. She's looking all cute, and she's looking up at you like, "Look at that hammer sandwich."
I'm sure there's some other ladies out there being like, "Ooh, look at that hammer sandwich."
Look at that hammer sandwich. I know my mom. I think she's been watching. She's like, "Wow, I like that Loper."
Yeah.
She's like, "I like that shit."
I love them Carolina boys.
Watch out, podcast Artie. We're just tongue scraping the nation. Woo! Ric Flair drip go woo on the Twitch.
See, there was
dude. Do you realize we're probably like 20 minutes in and we haven't talked about one thing on our topic?
Well, let's go for it, man.
Let's go for it. Hashtag the worst podcast ever. Let's talk about Vegas, dude.
Yeah, Vegas was great, man. It was fantastic. This was one of my top 2 visits to Vegas. And
how many times have you been?
I've been probably 8 times or so.
Oh, damn.
Top 2 for the reason being that I had 5 drinks while I was there. That's it. I didn't get crazy with it. Usually I go with a group of people and it's like shots, shots, Steve. Here, shot. Gamble, shot. That's what it is, and it's it's like Rager and have a blast. And I get it, and it's fun. But this time I went with one buddy who's not a Rager. And me, I don't really like to be a rager, but I'll jump in the party anytime I need to. So it was nice to be able to go and just keep my wits about me the whole time. I had a good mix of poker. I actually got out of the casino for a bit, got to go to the Stanley Cup game, game 2, Caps won. Went to Fremont Street downtown, went to the Golden Nugget, checked out the world's largest Golden Nugget, went to the mall, which was absolutely a crazy
zip line.
No, we didn't zip line. We watched at them, waved to the ladies flying overhead.
All right.
Played a bunch of craps, and it was.
Oh, I love craps, dude.
Ate really good.
Sometimes I think like my dream job might be a craps dealer.
It would be fun.
Wouldn't it be a good time?
It would be. You get to talk to so many different people
and talk shit to people. Like I remember the craps dealer at Cromwell. What up? I don't even know his name, but I called him Abdi. He was like, he was just a cool guy. Like, I don't know. He looked Ethiopian or whatever. Skinny guy. My wife and I walked up to the table and he was like, "Oh, how's it going, sir?" He's like, "You're here with your, lovely daughter or whatever." I was like, You fucker.
He's giving her a compliment, man.
Yeah, I know, but it was awesome. Like I appreciate that. Like especially when it's like good spirited. Like there's some people, I don't know, maybe they just don't have the right tone, which is probably like how I would come off if I was trying to give you a compliment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, I don't even know how we went down that road.
We went to the mall. This is just something like
Meet me at the mall.
you drive through Vegas and you see all these cool buildings, right? And
Mhm.
I never go into any of them because I stay over on this side of the strip or whatever, right? So we go to hell, I don't know. We were in downtown like Fremont, and then we came up. We went to Reef Industries, checked out a dispensary. It's like a big Wiz Khalifa. I think he's like their front man for the dispensary there.
No
Sorry
shit.
about that.
What is it called? Reef?
Called Reef Dispensaries.
The Reef dispensaries?
Yeah, it's pretty big legal marijuana operation out there. So we went just sort of checked out the scene, see what that was all about, and we went from there to the mall.
You checked out that Khalifa Kush.
What is all this stuff? I got stuff popping up on my computer. Let me shut that down somehow.
Ooh, that's no good. People are hacking the podcast.
Something. Everybody wants to get on it.
Dude,
Can I be a guest? Can I be a guest? No.
Put the guns away, dude. You don't got to flex on the podcast.
Yeah. Heavy hitters only, please. But the mall there, man, I thought it was crazy. Like, I went in there and I was like, oh, I'm not going to buy my kids a bunch of shit from Vegas this year. Like, I'm not going to get them like a poker chip keychain. I'm not going to get them like a Las Vegas pair of sunglasses. I'm not going to get them a pen or another fucking pouch to put their junk in.
Right. Or a stuffed animal that's going to be sold in next year's garage sale.
Yeah. So I go to the mall and they don't have anything for kids. You go into any store like Champs, they don't sell kid-sized shoes. You can go to
Really?
I mean, you name it. Any of the stores that there's nothing sold for kids. And I guess it's Las Vegas. It's an adults town. It's all nice. It was like, Tory Burch and Gucci stores and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's not kid friendly, but there wasn't a toy store.
Yeah, but you know what? Every time I'm in Vegas, dude, and on the strip late at night, I always see these like young kids or like strollers or mom and like a baby at like 1:30 in the morning. And I thought it was just me or like the time I was there, but my sister-in-law just got back from there because as you know, big pool tournament was out there at Bally's.
I was
Shout out Bally's. I'm never going to mention your name again unless you want to sponsor the Heavy Hitter podcast. But so she just got back from there because her friend from college is like the director of Minnesota, Wisconsin, like pool league or some shit like that. And she said it too. She's like, I couldn't believe all the kids that were in Vegas or the strollers at 1:30 in the morning and, looking at the Bellagio and all that kind of shit when they're coming back from the club or just going out. And she said even the plane ride back to Minneapolis was filled with kids. I'm like, who takes their kids to Vegas? Which I'm not judging, dude. I'm not judging because dude, don't judge me how I parent. I'm not going to judge you. Like, just do you. But I just, why the fuck do you want to take your kid to Vegas?
Well, I think a lot of times it's not by choice necessarily, but maybe that's the only time they get to go. Maybe it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and everybody wants to go to Vegas and see it at night and stuff, and they're cramming it all in because they can only afford to be there for 1 or 2 nights, and that's it.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
But it's definitely not a kid town. It was definitely not a kid mall, and not that anybody's interested in the mall, but I just thought it was different because malls are kind of going out of date, it seems like. So I was talking about that and thinking about that while we were there, and then I walk out and I look up and I see this big old silver sphere, and I'm like, wait a second, I know where I'm at now. It's one of those places I had driven by 100 times, and I was like, oh shit, that building looks neat. Wonder what the hell that is. And I was standing right there across from the Wynn. It was just the Mayfield Mall or whatever the hell it's called, but it was neat. It was fun.
Cool, dude.
Yeah, no crazy experiences as far as gambling goes. I lost pretty much everything I took. I came home with like $11. So I had enough to travel home, but I brought home some really cool gifts for the kids. I got my wife something. I went to Top Golf, like just the Stanley Cup game. I got to meet Randy Couture, MMA champion.
Ooh,
yeah, I got to shake his hand, got my photos with him. So that was cool. Yeah, it was fantastic.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. So what do you feel like the life hack is for Vegas? Like someone that's never been there, or maybe a novice. I mean, you've been there 8 times. I've been there 5 times. What would you say like the Vegas hack is?
I would say go and enjoy all the outside stuff first, like outside of the casino stuff. So say if you're there for 3 days, say you land, you have a half a day to enjoy, you have a whole next day, and then you have a half a third day. I would land, I would go out to eat. I'd go check out that show you wanted to check out. I'd go check out Top Golf. I'd go do that desert like dune buggy thing that you want to do. I would get out and do those things, and then I'd spend the next morning getting out again. I would go check out the big Ferris wheel, or do that type of stuff. Go see the fountains at the Bellagio. Go check out a couple of the inside of casinos that are cool. Do that stuff, and then go to the casino and lose all your money, because there's nothing more stressful than showing up to Vegas and going straight to the poker table and losing like within the first hour, and then going to the craps table and saying, "Oh, I'm going to make it back," and losing again in 30 minutes, and then saying, "You know what? I can make it all back on the roulette table. I'm going to hit it this time," and blowing all your money there, because this is exactly what I do every single time I go. And then this time I ended with what I should have started with, was getting out. And I had so much, I had a pocket full of money, and I was like, "Oh man, this is nice." Like out, like being able to afford to do all this fun activity shit that I normally don't, because I'm willing to go just give my money away to gamble, or I can trade my money for these experiences and checking these fun, cool things out while you still have money. And I think that's a lot of the time why I never get out, because I lose right out of the gate and I start chasing the dragon, trying to win my money back, and it never freaking works out.
Yeah,
Stress out about money.
That's an interesting strategy. I like that.
Gamble last, and then if you still have it, you should still have a bankroll by the last sort of day and a half of your trip, and just gamble that period, so you don't have to worry about, "Oh, I'm not going to have any cash for the next 2 days if I blow it all the first night here."
Well, right. And like, I mean, obviously you're excited to gamble. I mean, I love craps, but like you said, you go to the craps table, you lose, like, whether it's $100 or $1,000, that just sets the tone of your like Vegas vacation. Like you're like, I fucking lost. I'm a loser. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate it.
So you're right. While you're pumped up, you might as well like go get some shit done. I don't know.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the second half of the trip better than the first half, more than the gambling, I'd say.
Well, and that's so cool. You got to go to a fucking Stanley Cup game, dude.
That's crazy.
Sitting in the 7th row like a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
Shout out your boy that took you there. That was amazing.
My boy Tobe Carter lives up in Maryland, big Caps fan.
He hates the podcast, but he's still a cool shit.
Yeah, he downloaded it. I think he listened to a lot of it on the way home from Vegas the other night.
Oh, that's why we're at like 10 plays. That's cool.
Yeah, dude, we're doing good, man.
Cool story, bro.
Thank you all for listening too, by the way. We need to give these listeners some more credit, because the stats are going up. People are actually listening. We would love to hear your feedback too at any given point. We're not asking for it today, but if you ever feel the need to say, "Hey guys, I think you're cool," or "Man, you guys suck," just something, just to hear some feedback from even like somebody we don't know, it would just be like, holy shit.
And I mean, be kind of nice too. Like, you can say we suck, but like, don't be like, "Yeah, that Josh from Minnesota, he sucks. He's fucking ugly, and he sounds like he's from fucking Canada." Like, maybe leave the Canada part out. I can take everything else.
Or it's what like, I appreciate the effort, guys, but you're horrible.
Yeah, you guys suck.
We're throwing a little positive and negative mixer.
Yeah, just be like, "You suck like my mom."
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't.
It's not the craziest story about Vegas, but is what it is. That was my trip to Vegas. That's my advice on Vegas. And that's it. That's all I have to say about that.
Hashtag life hack.
Yep.
I like it.
Another thing I wanted to tell you about, man, was that scenario today whenever I was on Instagram, and I was following this guy who I thought was kind of a heavy hitter. Should I say his name out loud?
No, probably not.
Keep it clean. All right. So I will blurp his name.
Well, I just worry about like libel and slander and all that kind of shit,
Okay. I won't say his name. But anyway, it's a speaker that was at the Gary Vee conference in Miami. So therefore, I automatically assume he's credible.
He's got to be a heavy hitter.
Yeah, he's credible. He's a speaker at the event, not on the main stage, but on one of the side stages. So he gets up there and he does his talk, and I'm like, all right, I follow him on Instagram, follow him on Facebook. I watch some of his videos, watch some of his live feed, and watch some of his Instagram. And today, I was flipping through Instagram, and his account came up, and I had a video, and I watched a second of it, and I got curious, and I went back and I clicked on his account, and it said he had 48,000 followers. I was like, shit, 48,000 followers. He only had 550 posts. I'm like, 550 posts, 48,000 followers. That's pretty sweet. So I started scrolling through, and I noticed that a post that he had like yesterday, early hours of the day, had 9 likes. Now I could take a picture of a thumbtack on my desk. And if I had 48,000 followers, if I took a picture of a thumbtack on my desk, just sitting there, and maybe just put the comment thumbtack, I would get more than 9 likes. I think it is pretty much impossible for you to have 50,000 followers and only 9 people like it. I think it is impossible. So that just, and then to top it off, I got curious. So I go to the DM and I DM the guy and I say, man, I am genuinely interested in this question. And
Are these really? These are the words you used?
Well, I can tell you the words I use. Actually, I can't because we'll get there. Yeah, but these are basically the words I use. I am genuinely interested, and I'm not trying to be a prick. I honestly have this question and want to see what your answer is to it. How can you have 48,000 followers, have a post with only 9 likes from 48 hours ago? Like,
you're like, is your name Josh Johnson selling Minnesota?
I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I honestly wanted to answer, and not 10 minutes later, it says account unavailable. I had been blocked.
Ooh.
He had just didn't respond to me, just straight up blocked me. And it's got to be paying for the followers to give yourself a little bit of that fake clout. Like, more people think they're going to come to your page and like you because you might have more valuable, because you're more valuable because you have more followers. It's
right.
It's smoke and mirrors.
You're paying some kid in China like 1 penny to create an account and like you. No, do they even have Instagram in China?
Oh, well, you can go to online
India.
500 followers, bot followers for $5. You can buy like likes to your particular post and get like 500 likes for like $10 or whatever it would be. You get 500 followers for $25 or something like that. And I guess that's what he's doing, because he totally avoided it. Now I'm still friends with him on Facebook, so I'm going to hit him up there tomorrow and be like, hey man, I noticed that you blocked me on Instagram yesterday. I was just trying to honestly, I'll be nice about it and approachable, but
right. You're just like, I don't know.
It's just, I didn't like that. I liked fake. That's what I did after I did that. I just said hashtag fake out. That's what I felt like he is now, almost. Like, it's not how you handle that situation. You know how much shit people talk to Gary Vee on a daily basis? He doesn't just block them with nothing. He might ignore them.
Or does he? I don't know what he. No, he does respond to people on Insta.
But it's like, if I'm being a hater, that's good for you, bro. Like, communicate, convince me why not, or just, I don't know. Blocking somebody, that was definitely not the right move. Because now I'm kind of irritated and I'm talking about it, which, that's obviously the wrong move. Anyway.
Right. Well, dude, the other thing that, like, I don't know if it bugs me. Maybe it bugs me, or it's just like weird to me, is it doesn't matter whether it's Instagram or Twitter. You have all these people that will follow you, or a few people. It's happened a few times. They'll follow you on Twitter, Instagram, and then you follow them back, and all of a sudden, then they unfollow you. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
see, I don't know that I'd ever noticed that. Like, I know what you're talking about.
And I mean, maybe it is like, maybe it's bad that I did notice that, or petty that I did. Well, because I can tell you, leading into our Instagram challenge, when we started, I was at 374 followers, which I appreciate a lot, because I'm like, who the fuck would want to follow me? It's not like I'm the fucking Rock. but 374 is also like not shit. But I started at 374 and now I'm at 372. And it's like,
How are you?
I'm fucking down. I'm -2, dude. Like,
Yeah.
am I really like, am I really not that interesting? Like, what the fuck?
You know, I started at 300 and what was that?
94?
394, and I am at 406.
Yeah, you're just really cool, dude.
I'm doing it. But I'm using all social channels to get there. You know, I'm taking my Instagram story, saving my Instagram story, posting it to Facebook. I'm posting separate to Facebook, putting the link out to my Instagram, trying to feed people back because Facebook and Instagram are owned by Facebook. So you can post their links and it doesn't get like pushed down in the algorithm stuff.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah, yeah.
but it's still like, still, I'm only kind of reaching the people that I already know. You know, that's kind of what it feels like. So I'm not like pulling in. I'm not like putting a post up on Instagram and then hashtagging the shit out of it, trying to get followers that way. I'm kind of leaning on the people that
Yeah.
I know, saying, "Hey, why don't you follow me on Facebook? Why don't you come over here? I spend more time on Instagram. You know, follow me over there."
Well, and dude, I mean, that's the thing. Like, does hashtagging even really work anymore? Because,
It does. Like whenever I hashtag podcast, I get other people that do podcasts that are interested in podcasts to follow me and stuff like that. And the other day, one guy did. He was from New Jersey, and I reached out to him and I listened to his podcast for a second. And I reached out to him and said, "Hey, man, your podcast sounded good. Um, keep it up. Sounds like you're doing good work." And then he DM'd me back and he was like, "Oh man, thanks for taking the time out to do this. Do you mind if I take your comment and share it on my Insta stories today?" And I was like, "Absolutely." So he was the one person that reached out to him and told him he was doing a good job. And he's a small time podcaster, meant the world to him. And it meant so much to him that he took my DM that I sent him, screen captured it, made a clip out of it, and posted it to his Insta story to
yeah,
show other people that, you know, it's
that's super cool, dude. Dude, we should have him on the podcast this next week. Him, your buddy from Twitch that you dropped some bits on, like the tattoo boys from fucking California. Like, we should jam pack it. Like, let's meet lucky seven new people this week on the podcast and just like let's really bring these fucking heavy hitters some value this week.
you know, those guys from the airport in Vegas that were going to the tattoo convention.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, like they were sitting in front of me for a long time, and I was like, shit, like they look like, you know, judging a book by its cover is wrong. I'll tell you that to begin with. But whenever you see them and they're covered in tattoos, man, like sides of their face, their neck just covered, like they're tough. These sons of bitches look tough, right?
I'm always a little bit intimidated by that, dude.
I was intimidated. That's why I didn't like, you know, I'm not normally my chatty self because these sons of bitches were tough. But then all of a sudden, there was a roar in the background because of the game was going on. The Golden State Cavs game was going on, and one of the guys chirped up, "Nice as could be." They're tattoo artists. That's why they have all the fucking tattoos, not because they're gang members, not because they spent time in the pen. They're artists. You know, they're allowed to have tattoos, right? So I'm over here kind of judgy, which is totally wrong. And I'm still learning lessons about life, you know,
But
nice as could be.
yeah, but at the same time, dude, like, and I get it, it's totally wrong judgment, but they got to judge you too. Like, looking at you, they're looking at, you know, your mustache and being like, look at that fucking soccer dad. Like, his life is lame. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
probably. But I can't control the people, so I can control mine.
Right, right. But I mean, we just gotta quit fucking judging people, because like, whatever. That's not what this podcast is about. But it's just we're rolling.
Yeah,
Dude, I could use another 312, real bad.
cold beer.
Yeah.
Run and go get you one, man.
Can I? Can you entertain the heavy hitters?
Yeah, I will.
Time me and see when I get back. Like, dude, this is the time to like tell all the dirty secrets about when I was in Miami, talk some shit.
No,
I'll probably never watch it.
You go grab you a cold beer, man. I'll entertain the listeners here for the next few minutes.
Are you really?
Yeah.
All right.
Go grab you
I'll
a
be
beer.
right. I'll be right back. Heavy hitters. This will be a good clip once we actually get a computer.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. Peace out.
All right. There goes Josh. He's off to get a cold beer. I'm sitting over here with cotton mouth, just wanting a drink, but that's how you got to do it sometimes. You just got to stay alive. You got to fight. Honestly, guys, I hope that you are enjoying the podcast. We are on episode 16. And we plan to go for a full year before we kind of regroup and say, what the hell are we doing? And we get this all figured out. Each and every day, we're trying to think of new topics. We're trying to think of new guests. We would love to hear any bit of input that you have. Just being able to look at the stats and seeing that people are listening is a big time motivator. But getting a like or a comment would just set things off, I'm sure. We did take about a week off. I had some stuff going on professionally that didn't allow me to get to the podcast. And then I got over that. And then I had a trip to Vegas that you guys just heard about. But now I am back and have a week off. So I'm off all week. I do not have my editing software up, so I don't have many. We won't have many clips to share, but that's neither here nor there. So one of the things I was talking about was that judging people, man, and those guys that sat in front of me at the airport, just being covered in tattoos. Hindsight being 2020. Treat those people like anybody else because you have no idea who you're talking to. And I felt kind of like a dick, like sort of being intimidated by them, but also just knowing that after I did talk to them and they were as nice as could be, like the story all makes sense about them being tattoo guys and having tattoos on their face and their necks and stuff like that. Like, you just assume the worst because that's what you're shown on TV. Like, you watch those MS-13 specials on HBO, and then these guys roll up. You're like, damn, that's exactly what they look like on HBO. But they're not. These are two young professionals that are traveling from Los Angeles to DC for a tattoo convention. And I'm over here, listening to the freaking news, letting the news sway my judgment. That's just wrong. So enough about that. Don't do that. Don't do that anymore. It sounds like Josh is coming back. He's going to be cracking another cold beer. Good thing he doesn't.
Shit, you could hear me.
Yeah, I heard you sneaking back in.
I was trying to sneak up on you, bro.
Why would you do that, man?
I wanted to hear what you're talking about.
I reiterated the whole judging people. It's getting. It's nice to sort of put yourself in the situation while you're at the airport and know what you're thinking at that moment, but then coming back, 2 or 3 days later and rethinking about it and rethinking like about how screwed up that is, that I think that way. And why did I think that about those guys? And I'm thinking it's like the Gang Life episode on HBO about MS-13. Like, that's what crossed my mind when I saw these two dudes show up with tats, That's the first thing. And it's all because the freaking media put that into my head. And that's just screwed up. Anyway.
On that note.
Yep. Those are heavy hitters. Those are 22s you're drinking?
What are these guys? 16s maybe? The Goose Island, the Urban Wheat Ale 312. Wish it was 612. Shout out 612 Minneapolis, baby. Yeah, they're 1 pint, 16 fluid ounces.
There you go.
All right, we're getting into it. We're getting somewhere. Have we looked at how the Stanley Cup game is going so far tonight?
Nope, I can check it out. You got it? You want me to do it?
I'm gonna take a look. Dude, I just went upstairs. My wife is still up. It's 10 p.m. Central Time. She's watching The Bachelorette. What up, Becca K from Minnesota? She is The Bachelorette now. My wife just told me she's in love with this guy named Garrett because I guess Garrett just took Becca K from Prior Lake. What up, Prior Lake?
I've got a score update for you.
Yes, talk to me.
Caps up 3-1.
Get out of here.
They're in. There's third period just started.
Caps are up 3-1.
Yep, they got up to. It just doesn't show me exactly, but they were up 2-0. Then there's already been a goal apiece in the third.
Okay. We've got a Stanley Cup playoff here, dude. Because do not count Vegas out, dude. They'll score 7 goals on you. You close your eyes.
That's fun stuff, man. Yeah, so that is.
You were in the 7th row at the game.
Yeah, I was sitting right behind that freaking owner of the Raiders with that ugly haircut.
I don't even know who that is.
He is the ugly. I don't know his name. He's the ugliest haircut known to man, though.
And he's the owner of the Raiders.
Owner of the Raiders. Ugliest haircut in history of man.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
That's shots fired.
Shots fired. And call it libel if you will. Nobody in a court of law, I would win. Ugliest haircut ever seen. For a billionaire.
For a billy.
Yeah, dude's got $1 billion. You can get a decent haircut, bro.
Come on, bro. What does he do? What does a guy like that do that makes $1 billion and buys a football team?
He don't worry about his hair.
No.
Promise you that. This is the ugliest haircut.
You know there's some hotties running their fingers through that hair, too. Because, I mean, when you make a billy, you can give away a milli.
Man, it looks like we talked about the Vegas trip. We talked about fake followers. We talked about the Instagram challenge. And I guess sort of to summarize the Instagram challenge right quick, it was 100 followers. That's all we're going for. 100 followers. If I beat you to 100 from where we started at, you give $100 to my charity. I'm doing the K-Yao Fund, Cancer Fund. And then if you beat me to 100 followers, it's $100 to your charity.
Yeah, and I'm down -2.
Yeah, you've lost 2. But have you actually put in any effort yet? Like, honestly?
I put in a little work, dude.
See, I'm guns blazing, bro. I come out swinging, bro. It's a challenge. I like it.
I know you're not messing around. I think we should set the record straight for what the challenge is about. Like the challenge, because the challenge probably comes off a little wrong to some people, which maybe I shouldn't worry about that. But it comes off as like, oh, like it's 500 followers or it's attention or whatever, or some sense of approval. But I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, dude, it's just keeping each other accountable to put out more content.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, to add more value to people, because I just don't want to put out content that's not valuable. And yeah, there's times that I step up to the plate and I fucking strike out. I strike out swinging because the market decides. And it's like, you listening right now might not think what I have said in this whole podcast has any value whatsoever, but you just wait for it, motherfuckers, because I'm going to bring it.
It's going to bring it. This guy's going to bring it.
I'm going to bring it.
Yeah.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
That's why you're the co-host, bro. You know, I saw that fire, bro. I saw that fire.
You saw it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's still hidden, dude. I'm still trying to let it out.
Yeah, but I call BS because I've seen so many good videos from you on your Facebook feed back in the day when you were doing homes and doing your thing. You had your phone up. You weren't shy. You weren't bashful. You were doing your shit. That was it. I don't know why you ever stopped. Like you had it going. You just had to keep with it and get it out there more somehow.
Yeah,
I thought you're on the right track.
I come and go, man. I don't know what it is. I mean, do you ever experience that where you come and go like that? I figure that's got to be like a common occurrence with a lot of people. It's like because you're not committed to it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, you stop doing it, right? Think about anything that feels good doing, but it's a little bit of work, but you stop doing. Like it feels good when you go to the gym and you're a little bit sore the next day. Like not when you're like fucking can't sit down on the shitter because you did too many squats, but when you got like a little bit of burn and you feel good, but you stop doing it. Why?
Yeah.
If it feels so good.
I don't have an answer for that. And you were right too about the podcast. or not about the podcast, but the Instagram challenge. We did throw that carrot of the charity out there to sort of add value and to help us give us a reason to put out content to grow our following. Like, we want to make an effort to do that. So just doing it just like, hey, I'm Josh, or hey, I'm Steve. Like, why would you? The charity sort of gives you that little bit of extra push and reason to do so. One of the things I said today was, basically it's 100 followers. So really, if you click the button, it's basically like you donating $1 to my charity. And with the click of a button, it doesn't cost you a penny. I mean, it's essentially what it is.
It's true.
You know,
It's
so
true.
that people could actually do some good, you know, and we will make sure the money gets to the right cause, to a good cause. So I don't know. I don't know much about anything. I know I'm going to hit it though. I'm going to hit it big one day. I am.
You are. And
I'm gonna do
it's recorded.
Yeah.
It's
Well, dude,
recorded.
I hate to cut you short, man, but my wife is downstairs. She was supposed to be down there waiting for me at 11 o'clock. It is 11:09.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to apologize to her for keeping you so long. If I would have taken 9 minutes to grab a beer.
Oh, you didn't take 9 minutes. And that's
Right on time.
That 9 minutes you were gone's the best 9 minutes of this podcast. I promise you that.
Damn,
And
dude.
Definitely of the YouTube video. All right, guys. Well, my name's Steve Loper, aka Lopercon. My co-host there, the fabulous, the savage, Josh Johnson.
Selling Minnesota.
At Selling Minnesota, or no, at Josh Johnson MM. I always get that confused. We need to work on that.
At Joshua Johnson MN on Twitter. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're listening, no matter where you're at, I wish you nothing but peace, health, and happiness. Hey, say what's up to my brother Steve for just bringing it every single night, from getting back from Vegas, happy and healthy.
Did it.
I wish you guys nothing but the best. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a great night. Steve, kick it.
Yep. And just real quick, just to recap on that post that I read earlier, guys, take your swings, take your at-bats. We are living in a generation that is better than our parents, that are better than our grandparents and our great-grandparents. We have more opportunities at our fingertips with that cell phone than anybody in history. Anybody has an opportunity. Josh and I are just regular dudes, just like you, that are sitting there listening to it. The only difference is we took action, we started our podcast, and we're getting our words out there. Whether it turns into anything or not, who cares? We're having fun, and it may. And our podcast is definitely going to turn into something before all the folks that just dream of having a podcast and never took a step forward in the right direction. So get out there and just do it. Just try it. Just throw it out there, see what the heck happens. I'm out of here.
Shout out to Podcast Artie. What up? Have a good night.
Peace out.